Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you find the information in this video helpful for you in improving your health through home cooking, please subscribe. The goal of my channel is to make home cooking efficient, healthy, and creative through my fast cooking system. FAST is the acronym for the 4 attributes, and that is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. If you adopt my cooking system, not only you will find your food tastes great, but at the same time, it will be fitting for the modern lifestyle. It is efficient, fast, and creative. It will allow you to cook all your food with fresh ingredients with minimum of fast and processed food. A stir fry is the foundation of my cooking system because of the efficiency in stir fry. In this video, I would like to give you an example of how a small change in how I cook make a big difference how I like a particular food ingredients, and in this case, it is the broccoli. I don't love broccoli, but I don't mind it at all. I'm pretty neutral about it because I never really have this strong attachment for the flavor of broccoli. However, a number of years ago, I have a friend, I would call him Carl for the purpose of this video. He invited me to his home for dinner. Carl is a huge fan of a stir fry. In fact, when he built his new home, he actually built a special kitchen designed specifically for stir fry. Not only he put in a high capacity stove, but he also built actually like a separate room with a powerful exhaust fan that he will use specifically only for stir fry. When we were over at his house for dinner, both my wife and I loved the broccoli he cooked. Somehow his broccoli just tastes much better than what I have ever done in the past. My wife has always been a fan of broccoli, and she particularly liked this particular version. Ever since I started teaching cooking classes, I have other students in my class also ask me, how did you cook a broccoli that tastes really great? As I develop a better understanding of the stir-frying process, as well as the property known as wok chi, I start to modify the way how I cook broccoli. I then discovered that minor modifications during stir-fry could make a huge difference in the outcome. So over the past several months, I have been spending quite a bit of time trying to figure out how to cook the broccoli better in the wok. I used to cook broccoli by first stir-frying in the wok, and then after I cook it to a certain point, then I will add water to the wok to steam the broccoli to soften the texture. This is how I used to cook broccoli for a long time. And then I realized that after I eating the broccoli from Carl, is that my broccoli is way too soft because his broccoli, his stem will remain crunchy, and I really like that texture. Therefore, now I no longer steam the broccoli toward the end of the stir fry. Instead, I will stir fry the broccoli all the way to the end. So from also talking to my cousin Marge, she is an excellent cook. Now I cook the broccoli like the following. I'm going to demonstrate in the following sequence. I'm going to cook a broccoli dish, which I will add white button mushroom toward the end. I was advised by Marge not to add too much oil in the beginning because you don't want the dish to become too oily because you can always add more oil as you cook. As she has predicted, because the florets of the broccoli soak up a lot of oil. So after I stir fry the broccoli in the wok for about 10 or 15 seconds, you can see the wok gets pretty dry. There's no oil left at the bottom of the wok. So at this point, in order to prevent the broccoli floret to get burnt, I add more oil. Once the oil gets heated up, it will start to cook the floret of the broccoli. However, the stem of the broccoli will not be cooked because the heat could not penetrate to the stem. As in the case, if you have steamed it, the heat will penetrate more readily into the stem. Now I learned that this is turned out to be the secret to cook the broccoli in such a way the floret will be velvet soft, whereas the stem will remain crunchy. And now I realize that what makes the broccoli taste good is the contrast between the softness of the floret and the crunchy property of the stem. In this demonstration, which actually I cooked for dinner for my wife the other night, I decided I'm going to add some white button mushroom. I add the mushroom toward the end because I want to maintain the texture of the mushroom. So in this case, I will not overcook them. Again, at this point, I noticed that I don't have enough oil in the wok, so I add a little bit more oil directly over the mushroom and the broccoli. Very quickly, now just a few stir, the dish is ready. The total cook time is about 2.5 minutes. As you can see, this is a very quick dish, and for the flavor that it provides, it is really an excellent time investment. Recently, when I was cooking a broccoli dish in my kitchen, I discovered something accidentally. And this discovery made me realize that this could be the differences between what I cook in my kitchen versus how Carl cooked in his professional kitchen. So in this particular situation, it happened totally accidentally. I was cooking a dish that have some oil still left behind in the wok, and I'm going to cook the broccoli dish next. I decided I'm not going to wash the wok, and I'm going to cook the broccoli right in the wok as it is. After I put the broccoli in the wok, I quickly realized that there's just simply not enough oil. As you can tell, the broccoli floret soaked up almost all the oil in the wok. As you can tell, the wok looks really dry. So I decided I need to put more oil to cover the floret. When I go and grabbed my oil in the squeeze bottle, I realized that the squeeze bottle is pretty much empty. Unfortunately, my wife is right there. She see the problem that I face, so she immediately went to the pantry and got me some more cooking oil. During this period, I keep stirring the broccoli in the wok. I noticed something interesting was happening. I detect a wonderful aroma that comes from the broccoli. I quickly realized what happened is that because there's no oil in there, so the broccoli floret directly come into the contact of the wok, which has a very high heat. So I recognize that when the broccoli is cooked in this high temperature, it actually starts to release this fragrant aroma molecules. Furthermore, in the back of my mind, I recognize this aroma is also associated with the broccoli that Carl cooked. Because of my background in biology, I realized that taste actually has an association with smell. Our sense of smell plays a critical role in how we actually taste food. Research in the area of how we detect flavor actually has attributed that over 80% of how we recognize as flavor actually come from smelling. For example, several years ago, one of my friends had a stroke, and she lost her ability to smell. And from that point on, she said everything just tastes bland to her. So what I have done here is that I accidentally discovered in order to make my broccoli taste better, if I can generate this aroma from the broccoli, it will improve its flavor. So I did a couple more other experiments with this after I discovered this particular property. I will start out with very little oil in the wok, and I will cook the broccoli until I can detect the aroma before I add more oil to the wok. The results of my experiment was excellent because when my wife tasted the broccoli, and she agreed with me that this tastes exactly what Carl has made. Interestingly, now with these minor changes, I have become a great fan of broccoli. I used to cook broccoli about once a week, but now I cook broccoli about 4 to 5 times a week. In many ways, this was very surprising to me that how this minor change completely affect my liking for broccoli. Since broccoli is good for me, I'm very glad that this has happened. The goal of my channel is to make home cooking sustainable by making it fun and efficient. So if you would like to see more about this process, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you find this video informative as well as enjoyable, please click the like icon below because this will help me to expand my audience base. Thank you for watching. See you next time.